booby-trapped with explosives. They have not been able to actually get inside that apartment yet. FBI agents and police used a hook and ladder fire truck and put a camera at the end of that 12-foot pole to actually peek inside the apartment, which is just 4 miles from the theater.
I personally have never seen anything like what the pictures show us is in there. I'm a layman when it comes to bomb stuff. I see an awful lot of wires, tripwires, jars full of ammunition, jars full of liquid, some things that look like mortar rounds. We have a lot of challenges to get in there safely.
Bomb techs are now working to disarm those devices so it's safe enough to go inside and actually gather evidence. Earlier tonight, I spoke with James Copenhaver, a private investigator who's a former deputy, U.S. Marshal, and who also worked with an FBI task force. James, you were with the FBI, with the task force, you worked with the U.S. Marshals. You are familiar with the scene that the SWAT teams encountered when they went to this guy's apartment, where explosives are on scene, correct?
Absolutely.
Okay, so say we're approaching this apartment door. What is the first thing that these agents are doing, knowing that it's a potentially deadly situation inside?
Sonny, prior to even approaching this door, you want to make sure that that complex is evacuated and it doesn't pose a threat to other residents. So after you would evacuate those residents, then you want to check this door for any visible signs of any devices. And then you want to move to a robot, perhaps, to explore that further.
What would you see that would indicate an explosive could be inside?
Well, trained EOD people, which are bomb techs, are looking for any wires or anything obvious from the onset. And then, obviously, if they don't see anything obvious, they may go to the rear of the complex or that apartment to actually break a window to get a better view inside the apartment.
Right, which is what we understand happened here. They entered actually with a camera through a window. The complicating factor is this apartment's on the 3rd floor. What kind of challenges does that add?
Well, you're going to get the fire service to help you. And as we see in this case today, they have a ladder truck that they're using as a perch to stand up and actually gain entry to that window to send this camera in to see if they see any visible devices.
When is the first time, James, that someone will actually be able to set foot in that apartment? Because there is a lot of evidence in there. They just can't physically get in the building.
No, absolutely. And keep in mind, evidence would not supersede safety, and that's safety of the residents and other law enforcement folks there. So they're going to want to clear that methodically, as they're doing now. They're looking with a camera.
And they can detonate that using the robot, perhaps, so that they know it's all safe.
Sonny, I would be very hesitant to say that they would detonate any devices currently at that location. They would want to collect those devices and then transport them to a safe facility.
Final question for you, James. Apparently the suspect here told investigators that the apartment was booby-trapped. Were you surprised to hear that?
I was oddly surprised by that. That just doesn't make any sense unless he is just trying to put additional stress on that community out there.
Yeah, have you ever seen anyone operate like this? This was a very, very calculated attack on every level.
Very methodically. I mean, coming out the back of a movie screen and deploy some type of gas or CS gas and then just open fire. Very wacky, crazy, which is not consistent with someone giving up in that type of an event also.
All right, well, James, we really appreciate your expertise in coming in. Thank you.